Anyone responsible for a child's education wants to do what's best and what will help the child the most in the long run. The question is, what is best? Memorization of facts or teaching critical thinking skills? I do not believe that any educator wishes for their student to think less, but how to include these skills into the curriculum, and even if they should be included, is up for debate. I believe that however many facts and information is given a child, the child needs the skills to process the material given and try to arrive at original thought. This is critical and creative thinking, and it involves deeper thinking skills than simple rote memorization can supply. It is a learned skill, and I believe it is best learned as a child. So what are critical thinking skills? In 1956, Benjamin Bloom, an educational psychologist, developed a classification of intellectual learning. He felt there were levels of thinking that grew increasingly more complex and allowed for a deeper degree of understanding and creativity. An education that is based in rote memorization and doesn't involve much beyond that only enters into the first several levels of thought process. As he understood it, the first level, knowledge, is simply learning information and being able to recall that material. The second level is comprehension, which is explaining the ideas that have been memorized. Some educations barely go above this second level into the third stage of applying what has been learned and understood in a new way. So the question at stake is this enough? Should our education system teach the child how to think beyond this? I believe that it is imperative that it is so. Proponents of rote memorization feel that it is most important to have a strong coverage of basics and have expressed concerns that if critical thinking is integrated into teaching, then course content may be sacrificed. According to Steve Atkins, Vice President and Chief Academic Officer of Surrey Community College in South Carolina, from this perspective, critical thinking is viewed as an add-on to instruction rather than a means for thinking about all course-related content. Having facts and not knowing what the next step is, or even what the knowledge can be used for, is next to useless. Understand, though, that teachers are under pressure to have students pass tests, and doing this for 30-plus students can make it hard to delve further into learning. We need to reevaluate what is needed for the future and the best way to get there. In the past, basic knowledge without in-depth thinking skills may have been enough to get through many jobs. Times are very different now, though. Anyone in the workforce is expected to be quick thinking and to not simply follow rules, but to adapt to a rapidly changing world. Bob Dylan may have thought times were changing quick in his time, but next to the Industrial Revolution, times have never changed this quickly. Major companies have crumbled because of their slow thinking. The failure of AIG, Lehman Brothers, and General Motors are very public and painful reminders of what happens when people make poor decisions and management fails to consider all the facets and implications of a decision. Organizations that attract, retain, and develop the best critical thinkers have a huge competitive advantage. This from Pearson's Talent Lens Group, an agency that helps bright minds find top companies. Even the most basic of education should emphasize the importance of critical thinking, and we should expect schools to teach our children to analyze and evaluate the information given to them, and hopefully to create something new out of what they learn. It is important to note, though, that the best education instills knowledge and simultaneously encourages thought about what is being learned, as neither can work without the other. Knowing how to delve deeper into thought cannot work without something to think about. Thank you.